guys, welcome to another craft stream. Thank you all for joining me if you are all here. Today is going to be a bit different from the ones I've been doing recently, mainly because I have mostly been doing sewing. So today we're going to switch it up a little and paint some little bee keyrings. Aren't these cute? This is my very rather lame attempt of painting a bee. I think this is actually one of the better ones, which probably shows how bad that is. But yeah, you can possibly tell. I'm not too sure because the camera is not that great. But they are painted on wood. So these are little wooden discs, which I did cut myself. And then they've just got like a little metal screw hook in the top, and this little screw hook is where the keyring, the actual bit, will go. I'm still waiting on those because I haven't actually ordered them yet. But I will be ordering those at some point soon, so I will be able to fix those on. Hey Alexander, how's it going? I hope you're well. I hope you can actually hear me today, because I did do a bit of last minute switching up of my overlays the other day. Deleted them all, started again. I imported all of the functions that were currently working, but that may have all changed because Streamlabs did an update yesterday, so who knows. Ooh, Keyrings! Hey Will. Yeah, if you came in just after I showed you, so this is what I'm making today. They are made out of wood, as you can sort of just about see through the graininess of the camera there. Some of them, they do still have the bark on, but other ones the bark has flaked off. You can see if I lean it back, you can see that bit by my finger. Some of the bark does flake off, but that's okay because it does give them more of a sort of natural feel. So I have a few. Yeah, you can see on that one that it's also flaking off. So I have a few bits to do. Oh, these are also ones. Yeah, rustic, exactly. These are other attempts at bees. So yeah, we're going to see how that goes today. Some of them do look better than others. I'm aware of that. But they are completely freehand, and as it goes, I am not that great at drawing animals or anything with much detail, especially on wood, because I freely admit that I probably should have sanded these down better than I actually did. But I was at one point making, like, I think in one day I made about 40. That seems to be like the standard. If I make these, I seem to make them in like batches of 40. So you can possibly see why I was why they're not such good quality. Yeah, how are you guys doing today? You good? 3 hands? I only have 2 myself. Do I have 3 hands? Hey Joy, how's it going? Better than me, I'll be painting the letter B. Well, I mean, it's you could just say it's what's the word that they use? Like abstract. There you go. It's an abstract bee. So I did actually prepare myself. Got a bit of glue to help seal these hooks in, but it turns out that I've actually put all the hooks in previously and glued them all in, so I didn't need that. Yes, make free with the commands. The quote system should be up and working now, after I had a chat with Nightbot the other day. I think Nightbot has agreed to allow people to make quotes, and hopefully that has stuck, but you never know. No, I'm not using my white sticky stuff. But I've got my little almost specimen cup of sticky stuff there. Little golden balls. So yeah, actually the important thing to do before I go trying to paint these is to draw the bee on. Otherwise I won't actually be able to see what I'm doing any more than I usually can, to be fair. Yeah, how are you guys all doing today? I think I have probably seen one or two of you throughout the day anyway. Of course, that added to the quotes. You probably can't actually see what I'm doing, but I will hold this up to the camera in a second so that you can see, if it allows you to. Because again, this camera is not that great, but to be fair, at the time I didn't actually need a great camera, so thank you, Ojoy. Thank you for the raid. You seen me hiding in the bush outside his house again. Yep, that seems to be our standard meeting place now, Will. Just go stand out in the bushes for a catch up. Now, I think I may have somewhat made this bee out of proportion, because his wings are really tiny but his body's really big, and I don't know how... Oh, you can actually see that in the camera. Well, that's helpful. I mean, it's blurry as all hell, but yeah, you can just about see what I've done there. Of course, Will. Of course you can. And I'm not even going to say what that is, because there's no way that won't be made an instant quote. Put his little head too far up again now. Can't fit his little antennas on. Well avoided. I'm getting wise to you guys. I'm getting wise. Don't worry, give it a while. You will catch me up later, because I am bound to say something absolutely horrendous. 'Cause it's me. I think that one came out worse, I'll be honest. So you can all sit here laughing at my attempts to paint these bees later. I ain't never done nothing or know how. It's exactly the way to be. Exactly the way to be, Ojoy. Like, I've done nothing and I'm sticking to it. and for some reason I can hear my phone vibrating like crazy and I have no idea why. It's probably just Twitch telling me again that I can use the dashboard thing on my phone, even though I never do because I never remember to open it. And using anything that small is just completely pointless to me. I ain't gonna laugh. I can't draw, but I enjoy trying. Well, yeah. That's I've done nothing and I'm sticking to it. There you go. It looks like a little chubby bee. Like I say, these are all freehand, which is great up until the point you realise that I actually suck at drawing. Which is why you will never see me do a drawing stream, most likely, because I'm just shit. I really am. There are some things I used to be better at them, and then I just completely lost the ability to do things altogether. Like I was looking back on some stuff the other day. It was actually when I was trying to find emotes. The little, which one is it? This one. No. This little emote here was actually a little pixel character that I started making for a game that I was trying to do. And I spent ages trying to find it because I have like 3 computers worth of files on one hard drive, and so it was an absolute nightmare because I couldn't actually remember which computer it came off of. But I did find it in the end. But like looking back through some of the like drawings and stuff that I'd done, I was like, how the hell did I make these? Like, were these even made by the same person? Because I swear that my capabilities now are just not even close. I mean, to be honest, what I used to make was still dreadful, but it's like I couldn't even get to that level now, so it's actually quite sad. I didn't realise just how much creativeness I'd sort of lost over the years. On the other hand, I've found new hobbies, so maybe that's not such a bad thing. Right, this one somehow has a wing like a butt. I'm not sure how that happened, and we may have to heavily paint over that. But he does have a wing like a butt. I like stencils and square things. Ooh, and tracings, yeah. Yeah. Oh, nearly put the pencil in the water instead of in the pen jar. Artists never appreciate their own art. Yeah, that's fair. I am hoping when we do the glass painting stream, I will show you this one at some point, because I did. There's a bit of glare on it, but this would be quite a nice one to do again. It's like daffodils, painted daffodils on it. I think this is the nicest one out of all of them. I did download it as a stencil off of Google, I will confess. But it's like painted yellow on the inside, and the outside like it's lined with gold paint, which is quite nice. I think that's my favourite one out of the ones that I've done. But I'm currently using that as my paintbrush jar because it's very useful. I did glass etching once, which was difficult but very satisfying. I can imagine that would be really nice to do. Never tried etching myself. Painting, obviously, but not like etching. One that I really do want to try, and it might be possible to do it on stream actually, although possibly a little bit dangerous because heat, which is I think it's like pyrography or pyrography. So basically, like instead of painting that, I would like draw it out, and then I would you use it to like burn the wood, and sort of just like burns the pattern into the wood instead of you like painting it, which I think would actually cool. I think if I could get like a decent bee pattern down, I think they would look a lot nicer, and it would possibly be a lot easier actually. Yeah, and doing that for things, I think it would look a lot nicer, like having it burnt into the wood, and probably be a bit more permanent really as well, rather than the paint, because the paint's good, but I would be worried that like it might get scratched off eventually or like wear off. The Dremel was only cheap from somewhere. I used some magnifying glass in the summer to do that. Ah, interesting. Right, so I'm just gonna put a bit of paint in these. The one nice thing about these, oh, got a lot of paint stuck to this one. There we go. That was way too much black. I didn't need that much. Standard paint. Yeah, well these are just acrylic paints. You can see where they're from on there. Yeah, they're just like acrylic paints. They're nothing fancy, so I would be slightly concerned of it like coming off. What I use on these though, on the glass, is actual special glass paint. I think some of them, so I got them from a friend, but some of them are like, I think you oven harden them, and then others are like fine, but clear varnish over the top. Yeah, I was thinking that, because with I can't actually tell you, but I've done a similar project like this, and then just covered it in PVA. So it's not waterproof, but it's still like it's got a coating of something on it, just to sort of keep it nice. Like I say, I can't actually tell you what that is because I haven't announced it yet. But for what those are for, it's like they shouldn't really need to be used in good to have a protective layer. What I'm using those for, you wouldn't really need them to be like proper hard wearing, because there's not really, it shouldn't be in an environment that would have that problem. But yes, I cannot say more than that, because otherwise it would give it away. So you'll have to wait a few months to hear about that one. At least officially, anyway. Yeah, so we're gonna start. We'll start by painting the wings, and hopefully I can get enough white paint. Yeah, just brainstorming if you got a few ideas was all. Oh yeah, that's fine. Brainstorm away. But yeah, I am hoping to pick up some clear varnish, which I could use for these as well, and use that for the coasters, because I'm not really too sure about the limitations of PVA, but I just have like this horrible fear of someone, using the coaster for their nice hot cup of tea or something, and then like picking up the cup and all of the PVA is like melted and stuck to the bottom and it's all awful. I don't think it. I keep dropping things today. I don't think that would happen, but because you know me, I do tend to catastrophize things a lot. But I would just like to know that whatever I put on it was like 100% heat proof, or at least, to a point, rather than just PVA, which, as useful as it is not really guaranteed. Hey McLeod, how's it going? Yeah, I hate coasters when you have a damp bottom of glass and you end up picking up the coaster as well as the glass. Yeah, well that's the thing. I've sort of don't know how well you can see these. These are sort of like almost half the width of my finger, which I feel might be a bit too big for keyrings. At the same time, I have seen like really chunky metal ones that are seriously heavy, and so I think actually these are probably fine. But I'm thinking of making them sort of reasonably thick for that reason. What is my phone doing? Jesus. Oh, it's Discord. Yeah. For anyone that didn't see in the Discord yesterday, my phone decided to break the Discord app, so I had to reinstall it today, and so I've not turned it off, turned off the notifications, and it's going crazy. What was I saying? Yeah, about the coasters. I'm hoping that they'll be heavy enough that they won't be like suctioned to the bottom of the cup easily, which hopefully should prevent that annoying problem of like picking up your glass or picking up your cup or whatever, and suddenly you get a coaster on the foot, which I have done before, and it is not fun. Hey Tim, how's it going? Tactile shape and size is always good. Yeah. Yeah. At some point I will make those. Only issue being is now trying to find the time to do those. Because although it's a good thing, my time is going to be a lot more limited lately. Which will also call for me to have to change stream schedule slightly. But we shall see how everything goes. Yeah, hope you're well today, Tim. Have you been up to much? Been working or chilling? Hopefully not literally chilling, but it is freezing. Yes, they did, Will. Which is great because, money. At the same time, I am also slightly stressed about the idea of the job. I wasn't a massive fan of it in the first place. Like job-wise, rather than like the actual company, because the people there were really nice. But it's business admin, and I think most of you know by now how I feel about that. But yeah, so I will have to see how that goes. Oh, thank you, Will. Waking up didn't get in till 4. Oof, 4 in the morning? Or 4 this evening? Yeah, should definitely be on the coffee. I've only stopped for one cup of tea today. It's been a busy day today. I mean, yesterday was actually manic because it was the trial day at this place. But today has somehow managed to turn out to be as equally manic. Trying to do coursework, trying to shield phone calls and like emails flying at me. Spent my morning assisting someone with some document related issues. So it kind of feels like I've started the job already, and I've actually just been doing that for myself. 4 a.m. Oof. Oh no. Was that just from work, or was that from somewhere fun? Because I kind of feel like if you spend that time doing something fun, that's not so bad. But if that was from work, well, I have a feeling you do work quite late, don't you? So I hate to think that that was from work. Yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, I got a stencil right now, guys. I drew it all on, and it still doesn't look right. You can't quite see because of the lighting in here. But yeah, no. Just shield it. Yeah, it's not looking great so far. Work's all good. You love your job. Well, I mean, at least you enjoy it. That's the thing. It feels a lot easier to do stuff like that if you enjoy what you're doing. And it's good because it seems very rare these days to actually find a job that you do enjoy 100%. I love the little bee emotes, McLeod. What have you been up to? Me specifically, or is that open to the room? I'm going to assume that's open to the room. But me, mostly today I have been doing a fair amount of running around and assisting people with various things. And everyone, of course, yeah, good. I wasn't entirely sure if you weren't just having a conversation with Will, and I was sort of just like jumping in on the conversation, like, well, I've been doing this. But yeah, mostly sorting everything out with regards to the job this morning, and then helping someone in a Facebook group that I'm in that's actually run by my candle making my candle supplier, like the stuff that I use to make the candles. They have like a Facebook group where you can go ask questions and things, and one person was having issues with some of the legal side of it, requirements of labels and things, so I was assisting them with that today, which was nice. But it did also require me to stop what I was doing and go help them. Right, so this is how I started making these, and this is somehow what I've ended up with. So, you know what I was saying earlier about somehow my artistic talents have faded recently. It doesn't look like it was painted by the same person, does it? Has anyone seen that lady who tried to restore the Jesus memorial thing? Because this is what it feels my attempt at art is today. It does look like a bee with 2 white pom-poms, doesn't it? Yeah, that feels how I feel right now. It's like, this is not going right. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but it just doesn't look right. Oh dear. But we may not be using these. Yeah. Doesn't have what, like I say, I didn't sand these as well as I could have, and so it doesn't make it a great surface to paint on. So I kind of screwed myself over before I began, really. But hey ho, we shall carry on. That's kind of closer to how it's supposed to be. Just try and round that one out a little. Sort of looks a bit. It kind of almost looks like I've drawn a white Pac-Man. It's not quite not quite wing-like. It's just a bit Pac-Man. Still, as long as my shoddy paint skills are interesting you guys, or at least amusing you, that's what matters. So far today, only dropped 5 frames, so I'm hoping that at the very least the internet will be fine. Even if the crafting itself doesn't go right. There we go. It's looking a bit better now. Ah, thanks guys. Trying to do our poor bee clan a good job here, but it's incredibly chilled. Ah, I'm good to hear, because it sounds like you guys could do with some chill. Um, Although, speaking of chill, I hope the weather is okay where you guys are. The snow has finally started to melt here. It wasn't actually that bad to begin with, to be honest. I sort of the whole day I've seen like I'll be honest. I found Quitter. That's how I felt. I found Twitter quite depressing this morning, to be honest, when I logged in, and like the only things that were trending were cancer, Harry Styles' birthday, and Snowmageddon. That was literally it. It was just people talking about Harry Styles' birthday and the fact that it was snowing, and I was just like, oh jeez. Is that what the world has come to now? But I really didn't see anywhere, and I didn't speak to anyone where the snow was actually that bad. Other than a few people in America who've like been freezing their nuts off. But to be honest, that's not too surprising. Because it was like -40 over there or something with the wind. In some places. But over here it's like, oh my god, it's like we've got 1 millimeter of snow. The whole country comes to a stop. Like anywhere else, it's just like, oh, we've got a bit of snow. Okay, never mind. Just shovel the pathways and keep an eye on the ice. But around here, it's like you see one snowflake and suddenly the whole country just comes to a stop. It's like we've never actually done anything before. No snow at all, Alexander. Yeah, not seeing any snow or nothing, just bitter cold. Could hang those keyrings off my nipples earlier. No snow, it was freezing cold. Yeah, no snow. See, I don't understand. I don't understand where all of this supposed snow is, other than in places like Scotland, which, I mean, I would be genuinely more surprised if they didn't have snow. It's like, it's been snowy, but none of it was really enough to make a difference. Like, I'm not kidding. One year we had so much snow here that we actually made like a proper sized igloo on our front lawn. I'm not kidding. You could actually fit at least 2 people inside that thing. It snowed so much we made an igloo. I think the only year to beat that was last year, where it snowed horrendously. But yeah, we've barely had anything this year, and people are just like, pretty much sobbing their eyes out. Like, oh, I can't take it anymore. And it's like, but we've not had anything. December was like still 10 degrees or whatever on like Christmas Day. And yet people are just gone absolutely mental. Wales is pretty snowy. Yeah. It does seem to be like the north of England and the west of England, like the far west of England. And to be fair, I know that Cornwall always gets like the worst weather anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's snowing down there either. Last winter was this way, and then we got 15 inches in a night. Yeah, that is true. That was last year. I have a picture in the Discord actually of what it looked like. after it had snowed that night. I may have to find her later. But yeah, that was incredibly snowy, and like I'm pretty sure we were like shut in for the entire day because we were sort of stranded. We couldn't get the cars out. But yeah, this year it's been like the minorest of sprinklings, bitterly cold, but like barely anything really. Now, normally I would ask your 15 inches of what, but since it's you guys, I know not to ask that question. I think I've genuinely got too much paint. Too much paint out. There we go. I think the first few always end up really awful. Snow, you dirty bugger. Well, I mean, you can probably see why I would assume you weren't talking about that, Will. I mean, you were asking to come in my bush earlier, so you know. Right. Oh no, the yellow. Do the yellow bit next. I do also apologise for the creaking because the chair is. I think this chair is on its way out because the other day I sat on it and it just wobbled. It like suddenly lurched to one side and I was like, oh no, it's gonna go, isn't it? So I think I am sort of marking down the days where I get to a point where I sit on it and it just falls, and I just go with it. It's going to be an amusing day, and I hope that I've got nothing on either side of me when I do that, because there is no guaranteeing where I will fall, but I hope that I don't fall on anything fragile, other than myself, of course. But I am fully expecting it to do that, because it is creaking worse and worse. Please capture that on camera. Well, you will probably hear me. 250 quid buys a lot of camera or candle bolts. It will definitely buy me a new chair, I can tell you that much. Although I was costing things up earlier, I can't remember. Yeah, got a few things to do when I get some Twitch monies. And that is not a hint for you guys to throw anything else at me. I will never ask for money unless I'm doing like some kind of charity thing. But I will never ask for any money, so don't feel like you have to give it. But I did cost it up earlier, and I think it's like 90 or something. I mean, actually, you can see. No, that way, up there where I'm pointing, ish. Like we've almost hit the goal already. I'll throw what I like at you. Well, fair enough, Will. Yeah, we've like almost hit the goal already. Because I'm counting subs and bits. I'm counting subs and bits as donations. I don't think it's fair to not count those and only count PayPal donations, which I think is actually what it was set up for. Because you know it's all coming to me through Twitch anyway, so I'd rather just count it all as one thing rather than going, oh yeah, well you've thrown all of these subs at me and you've thrown all these bits, but that doesn't count, so you actually have to give me like pounds. Because no, I won't do that. But yeah, so we've almost hit that already. And I converted that all into like the threshold. Converted into it's just enough to buy the essentials that I need, like a new camera, and then the candle mold. Didn't see a donate link in your commands the other day. That is a good point. I don't think that because I set it up on Streamlabs. That'd be why. I set the donations up with Streamlabs, and I think it's in my Twitch. I think the donation link is in the Twitch channel, but it's not actually in the boxes. But it's not actually in the Nightbot commands because I'm a bit of a spaz and I forgot to add it. And because I disabled Streamlabs, it doesn't do it automatically anymore. So silly me. Oh yes, yeah. That is actually. I'll see if I can add now. While you mention it, Will, because that's probably something that I should have in there. Again, not something that you guys need to worry about, but obviously, if I get any newbies in, and it, yeah, that's one less thing to worry about. For that, I'll have to go find the link. I'm not on Twitch. I've forgotten where to find it. Because I'm a bit silly. Hoping that Nightbot will actually accept that. Not on mobile dashboard. No, pause the video before the stream breaks and you try and do something with that. Almost done. So I've got the laptop like sitting on the bed because I can't have it on the desk. So it takes me a little while to type things. There we go. So it should be on there now. Let's just test that. There we go. Again, oh. Gosh darn it, Nightbot. You're supposed to add a space. There we go. Again, I don't expect you guys to give anything. Will, you have already subbed. You have already given me bits and stuff. I don't expect that. But there is a donate thingy, and I think that should work. I don't know how it works, guys. But that is there for newbies, so feel free to throw that at newbies. Hey Oggy, how's it going? Yeah, I do have a space in that now, so I think that should work. Let's go. No, don't put the caps lock on. There we go. Yeah. I pressed the space and I don't think it actually worked. But yeah, you were my first sub. I'm good, thanks, Oggy. I am good. How did your stream go earlier? Was it Strange Brigade you were playing? I want to say it was. Sorry I couldn't stick around. I had to run, and then like it supposed to be going off to make lunch, and I swear it actually took a full 40 minutes just to make a toast sandwich. Like that's how lunch is done in this household. The quickest things will take the longest time possible because everyone gets in the kitchen and they just faff around. It's just like, but I just want to get my lunch and go. I've got things to do. And yeah, it took like 40 minutes to actually make a sandwich. Which is minorly frustrating. But yeah, I hope that the stream went well. I have seen that game being. It was really good, thanks. Yeah, it was Strange Brigade. There's no need to apologise. It was nice of you to stop by. Ah, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad it went well. I've seen that game played a couple of times, but I'll be honest, I sort of look at it and I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Yeah, I've seen bits of it. I think Lard plays it, but I've not played the game myself, and I've not really seen enough of it to actually fully like go, oh yeah, it's this bit and this is going to happen, and yeah. There are some games. I think that's a nice thing about Twitch. There are some games that I wouldn't play, but I like watching. There are some games that. There are other games, unfortunately, that I look at and I'm just like, I have no idea what's going on. I do feel like that sometimes. I'm sort of just staring at the screen like, ooh, shiny, but not really taking any of it in. Which, to be fair, is me on a daily basis with everything, really. So, Maybe it's not just a game thing. I'm just a bit dense. Yeah, Lad does play it, although I haven't caught it yet. Yeah, I can't remember when it is that he plays. Because I know that he plays with, I believe it's Red Rains that he plays with. And I've seen him playing it occasionally, but I'm not sure whether he's actually got a proper schedule to play it, or whether they just sort of play as and when. I haven't been able to figure out a consistent schedule, because I am terrible with everyone's schedules. At the moment, me and the lovely TC Loves Games. What? Well, remember how I told you didn't have to donate? Oh, thank you. Well, that has yep, that's done the goal. Will, you incredibly generous person. You are crazy. And you're so kind. What was I saying? I've lost what I was saying now. I'm just gonna sit here and paint bees. He plays Saturdays, but well, I hope. Yeah, I think I did hear that he wasn't feeling too good. I hope he feels better soon. Oh yeah, it is Saturdays, isn't it? Because I think I was either about to start or I just finished streaming last week on Saturday when I caught it. Just stopping by to say hi and support for the stream. Oh, thank you, Wolf. Hope you're doing well. Hope that it is not too cold where you are. I have a feeling I stopped by your stream the other day briefly. And you do sound like you've got a bit of an American accent, and I've heard that it's actually quite cold over there, so I hope that you are doing alright. It's quite flexible in stream terms, in terms of time, but usually Saturday. Oh, okay. It's one of those, I feel like I get the whole, if you can't make it to a stream, that's fine thing, but I do I kind of worry that sometimes if I repeatedly miss someone's streams that they might think that I'm trying to avoid it, which is totally not the case. But again, that might just be me worrying about things too much. Like, I guess it's one of those things, if someone's not there, you don't really notice that they're not there. So that's fine. But I do try and make a conscious effort to keep up with as many people as possible. Just because it's nice to support the community. Snowed overnight. I think most of it is melted now. Glad I wasn't going in today anyway. Yeah. Glad to hear that it is melting. That's the thing. I always say, it's like it's nice. Snow is nice to have if you don't have to be anywhere. It's nice to look out of your window and see that it's snowed. If you've got that relief of knowing that you don't have to go to the shops, or you don't have to go to work or school, or go pick up the kids from somewhere, or you can just stay in the house and curl up in your duvet and just do stuff all. But in reality, now that we're adults, that really happens. So you look out the window, see that there's snow, and just think, oh no, what am I gonna do? I've got all this stuff and I can't get out of the house. Yeah, it's keeping up with peeps, exactly. I do like to sort of, check on people from time to time, see how they're doing. Not because I'm like super nosy or anything, but just because I think it's nice to show people that you haven't forgotten about them, in a sense. Because I am forgetful, so, I do occasionally forget about things like that. I feel like at times, especially if I have more than one streamer I follow streaming at once, yeah, that's the thing. It's sort of like I do tend to try and also like I do know a few streamers that all stream at the same time, and it's just like sort of there's so many I can't choose from. You kind of don't want to pop in the stream if you've only got like 5 minutes and then have to go, but you sort of don't want to ignore that streamer because sometimes you can miss something really fun. I think that's how it's been with Steve's streams lately. I've been doing other things while he's been on. It's sad because I do kind of like hanging out there and sort of seeing how everyone is, but it's like at the same time I've got my own things to do. He kind of looks a bit more like Batman. Sort of turned into B-Man a little. I'm not quite sure what happened with the antennas there. I think this was the first one that I did, and I think that's still my favourite out of all of them. I don't quite know what's happened with the others. They just didn't go as well. Not caught Steve for ages. Yeah, I don't think I've actually successfully seen one of his actually no. I think I did see one of his streams the other night, and he was so drunk he didn't even notice I was there, so he was off on his own little world, just completely drunk and playing Stardew. Which, to be fair, can't blame a guy. It's quite funny watching someone drunk stream Stardew, because it's like such a chill game, and he was not chill in any way. he was very much the catch most of his YouTube stuff. Yeah, I've not been able to catch any of the YouTube stuff either. I've got all of that piling up for like a year. I kind of forget to use YouTube, so I have however remembered to upload the old videos. All of the craft streams are going on YouTube as videos, although I don't think I've actually set them as public yet. I might have, I can't remember. I think I did set them to public actually, yeah. Oh joy, exactly, it's lovely to look at or play in, but you have to go to work or whatever, it's a pain. Yeah, snow is a pain if you have to do anything. I like to walk to the shop in the snow. Yeah, it's nice to walk out in it. Some people are chill, some people need to be chill. What's happening with my Assassin's Creed streams? So I don't know if you were here when I mentioned it last time, Will. So the Assassin's Creed is going back to YouTube videos. So I'm doing them as sort of like I won't say it's like a let's play, but like a playthrough of Assassin's Creed, pre-records, and then I'll upload them to YouTube, because the internet is just not good enough to play something that graphic intensive, I think. through the stream. So I'm still playing it, but I will be doing that for YouTube rather than trying to record that and put it up. Rather than record it live and stream it. And hopefully it should mean that I get a better playthrough as well, because it means that I can actually just play through the game rather than trying to check stream stuff. Oh no! Oh, Nightbot, calm down. Sorry, Ojoy. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Excuse me while I just... Okay, Nightbot, you need to chill, mate. You need to chill. Sorry about that. Right, that's fine. I think you're okay now. Oh yeah, but Will can do it because he's sub. For some reason, it's like sub and above. I think I put it as sub and above, or like VIP and above. I think. Just because I figure if you're, I have to physically make you a VIP or like a regular. Obviously, you can sub by yourselves, but I figure if people are going to come spam, they're probably not going to sub to me first to do that. And if they want to, well, then, you know, they can spam away, but I will time them out. Because that's how it goes. But I think I do need to make Nightbot chill out a little. Yeah, shiny VIP. Yeah, it turned out, yeah, it makes sense. Ah, you see, Lisa, you are not a VIP simply because, when I did the VIPs, I went through the list of the people from the last stream, and I have a feeling it was on a day that you hadn't been in. So I couldn't easily click on your name and do it. But I don't think... I don't think there's many VIPs, I'll be honest. I think it's Will, Vlad and Mr. Pixel Crashers. Because... Oh, and Cowhome. Basically, I've somehow managed to VIP all the guys. That's incredibly sexist of me. Incredibly sexist of me. But genuinely, but that's because they are the ones that I had last seen. Yeah, I think you might have been. So, let's see if we can add you now. I've forgotten how to do that. Bear with me 1 minute. Rolls. So but yes I would. There. Work, what's that? But yes, so today I am making little bee keyrings. This one looks slightly less like bee Batman. Yep, all the lads have a nice little pink badge because I felt that was fair. You are now one of the lads, Lisa. Congratulations. So making little bee key rings. I haven't yet bought the actual keyring bit cause funds, although now I have no excuse. Thank you, Will, you wonderful human being. Yeah, so I will buy the key rings and then these will be proper, but for today I am painting them, and I will pick up one of these ones in a second. You might be able to see better. Can't pick it up. It's too shiny. If you can possibly see, because the camera is grainy as this, I'm making them on wood. You can possibly see a little bit better there. They're like little discs of wood, which I did actually cut out myself, and yeah, it's a bee. I can understand how you might not necessarily see that because, yeah. This is the original one that these are supposed to be modelled off of. This one here. And you can see how this one doesn't necessarily look like that. You wouldn't believe that I did both of these. Do these bees make honey? No, they don't. But they are going to be given away, hopefully at some point, with any purchases of our honey that we sell. So as some of you may know, that we have some family owned beehives, and the bees in those do actually produce honey, which is how I get the beeswax for making candles. And we decided that actually if we gave away little bee key rings as well, that would be super cute. So that's a project that we're looking into. Any lads fancy the pub tonight? Of course. Usual rules apply. First one to drop their kebab from their head buys the first round. I have never heard that rule. I have never heard that rule in my life. Then again, I do not frequent pubs, so perhaps that is why. Personal preference, we are monsters. Well, that's good to know. I'll be honest, this may be rather controversial, but I am not a massive fan of kebabs. I used to like them, and the kebab shop in our village is actually really nice, but I don't know, I've just really gone off massive slabs of meat. I will come with you, Will. I would love to. Let's go out on the town, lads. No two bees are the same, so they are unique. That is true. Even little bee Batman there. Poor little bee Batman. Yeah. He's struggling with his identity a little. Then again, I guess Batman would. I will come with you. Oh, this one's rubbing with all the lads. Yeah. This one's got a bit of a club arm. Dear, I'm not doing well with these. How many bees do you have, real bees? That is a good point, and I'll be honest, I'm not sure how many it is. I am hoping that we haven't lost too many over the winter, because it kept going really hot and then it was going really cold, so I think that shocked a lot of them. It usually upsets the hives a bit. But I think it's something like 4 hives, which I think can house like thousands of bees at once, which is crazy. But I'm not too sure how many it actually is now. But it is definitely, I'd say, in the thousands. Because they just kept moving in. And we do have the beehives in the garden at the moment. And I think there is like 4 or 5 hives out there. It got up to 10 the other week, and this week we're down to -5. Yeah, exactly. They've been struggling for a few years now. Yeah, the poor bees have had it quite rough. And my concern is that around here, although I would like to hope that they are cautious, because there are a few people that keep bees around here, but because we're in like farm country, obviously a lot of the devastation towards bees has been due to farmers spraying their crops with pesticides that actually kill off the bees as well. But I'm hoping, because there are other people with beehives around here, so I would hope that they're more cautious about the stuff that they spray, so that they don't kill off the bee population as well. But that is one of the main issues to deal with. That and wasps. And the wasps are hideously prevalent around here. Even it, considering it's like the middle of winter, and they shouldn't actually be hatching yet. We've had some massive wasps in the house in the last month. I'm talking about properly like that big. Like about half the size of my finger, my little finger, size wasps. And they are nasty. And they go in the hives and then they just like kill all the bees. I blame the Americans causing the credit crunch of 2007/8. Yeah, that didn't help either. That did not help anybody. Well, it did come with honey nut clusters. Gotta love those. Wasps, I mean, yes and no. I wouldn't say that they actually really get rid of any other pests. Well, none that I've seen, unless they count me as a pest, because one came in my room the other day and refused to leave. And it was actually, I had some of these blanks set out on my board to dry, and the wasp had like just hidden itself in amongst some of them. And it was only when I went to pick one up that I realised it had something on it, and I was literally like this close to actually touching the wasp, like full on picking the wasp off instead of the thing. That was not fun. But Yeah, so far the wasps around here seem to be causing more problems than they solve. If they could get rid of the flies and also the ladybirds, I would allow them to stay in the house. But there seems to be quite a few bugs. Yeah, they're very sneaky. There seems to be like some kind of bug convention in this house. Like we get a lot of flies and a lot of ladybirds in the summer, and it's just absolutely creepy. Like if you're scared of any kind of bug thing, you would not enjoy this house at all. What kind of bees make milk? I hate to break it to you, Ojoy. I hate to break it to you, but I don't think any of them do. I'm not sure that's a thing that bees can make. Yeah, keep getting lots of foreign ladybugs. Yeah, we keep like the most common one around here is just like the proper red ones with the black spots. But oh, it was a joke. Boobies. Oh dear. Yeah, but we also we get the other ladybirds that are black with red spots, just to add to the confusion. Which are the not so nice ladybirds, so I've been told. And of course, I'm sure we would all agree that those are the best kind of bees, wouldn't we? Because everyone loves a chest. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I don't know what is happening with these bees. It looks like Mickey Mouse. It looks like Mickey Mouse with a wonky head. What is happening, guys? I think my concentration along with my artistic skills has gone completely out the window today. I think that one is very deserving of being a quote there. Because everyone likes a chest. Can I have you on in the background while I do some admin? Yeah, that's okay, Oggy. You admin away. I'll be honest, you're only missing me paint these so awfully that they no longer even look like bees. Yeah, my concentration is still on the boobies. That's the problem. Yep. I am too busy concentrating on the boobies to actually paint any. I think this one is getting worse as I paint him, so I think I'm just going to put him to one side and pretend that he doesn't exist, which sounds terrible, but I think it's for his own good. because I think the rest of them will make fun of him. As much as they will make fun of me for trying to paint that, because it is terrible. Never will. Or always, whichever. There we go. Wetting the brush a bit helped as well. So this one, which one is this one? Oh, it's a 3. I think that'll go on the wish list. I do need to pick myself up some thinner brushes as well, because I don't know if you can see this one. This one is alright. It's actually really good, but it's not thin enough for these lines. So I will be adding that to my list. But first I do need to I think my biggest upgrade will be a new camera, because as you can see, it's quite washed out and it's really grainy, and obviously, you know, for the amazing people that have always need a good brush, yeah, exactly, for the amazing people that have donated to me and stuff, I do want to put that money back into like making the streams better. Glorious 480p, yeah. At the moment, because of the internet, that's all I can stream on, but because the camera itself isn't that great, I think it's not really delivering the quality that I want to give you guys. So it would be really nice if I could upgrade that to something that's a bit nicer. And I think it was the wonderful Mr. Lard Teamaker that I was chatting to the other day that suggested one, which I will try and sort out at some point. I'm only 720. I could do 1080, but won't risk it. Yeah, that's the thing, to be honest. I think once you hit 720, you don't really notice the difference between that and 1080. I mean, personally, for me anyway. And maybe it's the novelty that I don't tend to be able to watch things in that. Yes, yeah, Will, that one, the Logitech C921. Recommended that, and I was chatting to TC earlier, and that's the one that she has, and seeing how different the quality is on hers to what it is on mine. I think that is definitely what I'm going to go for. But yeah, personally for me, I don't see much of a difference between like 720 and 180, because oh, is that the one you use on your Xbox? Oh, nice. Yeah, yours is like crystal clear. And that's what I want for mine. Like I say, I know that the quality of the stream in terms of options is not great, but I feel like the fact that the camera isn't that great either, it doesn't help it. So I kind of want to give the opportunity to, you know, try and make it as nice as possible. And also because that one is actually compatible with Windows 10, whereas mine is not. Which is why at the beginning of some of the earlier streams, the camera kept breaking because it's not actually compatible with Windows, and so it just kept crashing because Windows had no idea what it was, which was great. The Logitech C2 70, and that seems to work fine as a webcam. Yeah, I mean yours look pretty nice earlier, Oggy. Yours is like pretty crystal clear. But I think mine's about 5 years older now, so it's quite old in terms of technology. So I think it's just that it's getting on in years, and it wasn't that great to begin with because it was like the cheapest one I could find. But yeah, like I think if the camera looked better itself, in comparison the stream wouldn't look too awful. Obviously it still looks choppy as heck because it's 480, but I think if the camera looked nicer, then it would make the stream look nicer overall. Whereas right now it's quite sad looking. I've packed in my Xbox Connect because it's an ass to set up, so if anyone wants to connect, please do shout. Connect is Greek word for movement, I think, so probably don't need it if you're just gonna sit in a chair. Ooh, burns. Oh, hey guys! Timber and You is raiding with a party of 15. Wow. So this is unfortunate timing because I have to go run over behind the curtain to go grab some more of these because I've run out. Hi! Hi raiders. One moment and I will be with you. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for the raid. It's mostly a raid of lurkers. Well, that's okay. You know, lurkers are still more than welcome. I've grabbed a few more. These are actually for the other project, but you know, I have so many. I think I had like a massively like 2 meter long bit of wood that I cut all of these off, and somehow I've made 80 and I've still not used half of it. Robin's gone to play hide and seek. Yeah, you scared me. I had to run away for a second. But yeah, so how did you're building a pen display stand. That's what you were playing. That's what you were making when I came in, wasn't it? How did that go? Oh, Nightbot has broken. You getting Nightbot back for trying to ban you earlier, Ojoy, by just breaking it instead. But yeah, hello, welcome in. Got the bottom part done. Will be done on Monday. Oh, nice. You possibly can't see what I'm doing. I'm sticking this whatchamacallit in, drawing pin, to make a little hole for the teeny tiny screw hook. But what I do need to do is put it in the glue first. So teeny tiny screw hook, dunk it in the glue. She says fingers not actually going in there. I remember why I had pliers now. Are they little log slices? Yes, yes they are. From one incredible woodmaker to a complete amateur. I am covering myself in glue rather than the... You may have noticed I just dropped that. I dropped the glue covered thing on the desk. But yes, they are little wood slices, which I cut up myself a while ago. I remember now. I used the pliers, which are over there, and I cannot reach them. Yeah, we've had like loads of logs that just sort of fall, well, branches that fall off the trees. So I was like, rather than just let them go to waste, that I would turn them into something useful. And today I am using them to make keyrings. For everyone that is in here, that's just joined by the raid, so I don't have the actual keyring bit yet, but that will go on the little screw hooks. Let me just wipe up that glue before I stick something on top of it, because I'm totes profesh. But yeah, so going to sketch out some more bees. Ah, thank you, Ramble Tash. Hello. I'm watching from a very cold bus stop. Oh. Look out for falling logs. Yes, yes. Don't let the falling logs hit you. I'm sorry that it's very cold, Tash. I hope your bus comes soon. I'm assuming if you're waiting at the bus stop, that's because you're waiting for a bus. So I hope that you don't get too cold waiting for it. Hey Sorrel, how's it going? You have arrived just in time to watch me attempt to sketch out some bees. As you can see by some of these, some went better than others. Where is it? This one is the original, and then this is a demonstration of some of the ones that I've done today. This one I did a while ago, and this is what we ended up with today. He sort of turned into more of a Batman than a bee, which is okay. My bus will be here in 6 minutes, hopefully. I've been here 20 minutes already. Oh, oh, that's an unfortunate quote. For some context, if you would like some, I did mean this, which was the a pot of glue that I was using. That quote is not quite as dirty as it sounds, and yet also is at the same time. Bus stops are a great place to meet people and murderers. No comment. This is why, oh joy, this is why we don't meet at bus stops anymore. This is why we had to relocate the murderers club, because people were getting suspicious. Well, exactly. How fun it is to create them out of context. Yeah. With these guys, it's very easy to create the most innocent of words and turn it into something absolutely appalling. But that is all part of the fun. I'm not a murderer, thank you. I gave it up. A single snowflake fell on London, and London Transport proceeding to halt half the buses in my area. Yeah. Pretty standard, really, Tash, isn't it? We were having this discussion earlier, and it's just like England is not designed for any kind of weather to exist, let alone happen in a daily cycle. It's like in other countries, if a bit of snow falls, that's fine. It's just snow. But if it snows in Britain, it's suddenly like, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? How do we exist? The whole country just comes to its knees, and you're suddenly standing there stranded because everything's come to a screeching halt. Right, so that is the first one sketched. Trying to tilt it towards the camera so you can actually see. You can't see it that well. I'm sticking the whatchamacallit thingy. Yeah, that is pretty much me. Let's do that side. But yeah, I think London is probably the worst for that, especially because so much of it is that people rely on public transport, and then they just go, you know what? I don't think we can deal with this weather thing. Let's just call it quits for the day. And you're like, but I kind of need that train, or I kind of have to get a bus somewhere, and it's just like, no, we're not doing it today. And you're like, well, thanks guys, that's so useful. That's one of two quotes that aren't rude. Yeah. Different type of snow abroad though, innit? Well, I guess it is. I think it helps that they're probably more prepared for it. I must go eat, but it was great to catch you again. Have a great stream. Have fun, people. Oh, thank you. And thank you so much for the raid. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you again at some point. Catch your stream. And if I don't, good luck with the pen stand on Monday. Although something tells me that as a professional such as yourself, you probably don't need the luck. Because you looked like you were doing pretty well. I am very much an amateur. Transport for London loves cancelling buses and trains without a moment's notice. Yes, it does. But yeah, thank you so much, Timber and you, and I will catch you again. Which side is better? That side, I think. But yeah, the public transport and snow. just anything and snow. I live in a town that should be knocked down so they can start again. I think we're just living in an entire country like that. I won't lie, actually. I think sometimes they should just like go, right, we're scrapping this money thing. You know, we're scrapping jobs, we're scrapping laws. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way up again, and we'll do it right this time. And you know, people won't have money issues. People won't have, you know, won't have this issue where you can't get a train on time. It will all just start again. I think that would be a much nicer world. In Czech, they send plows through the smallest streets in even the smallest village. They don't bother over here, which adds to the problem. Yeah, that's also another thing. It's like we don't seem to have any kind of preparation for anything outside of this little idealistic bubble. You know, like we assume that it's going to be raging sunshine all the time, and you know, if it rains too much or it snows too much, they have absolutely nothing to cope with that. And it's like, but this is not how England works, guys. England is abysmal in every kind of situation. And you've just really got to learn how to deal with that. Like, can you people not work that out? Wouldn't get past the budgeting board, I think. Yeah. Yay, you're on a bus. Well, I hope the bus is warmer than standing in the cold. Sometimes they're not. I hate when you get on a bus or a train and someone's left the windows open. Yeah. It's looking slightly better. Getting rid of snow when it's clogging up the streets. No, lowering taxes for rich people. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's like shall we deal with this, you know, situation of people not being able to get out of the houses to, you know, go to the jobs, or one of 3 jobs that they have to work to afford things. Nah. We'll just make the people that have the money pay less, and then complain at the people that have no money that they can't afford to pay all of our ridiculous taxes. Welcome to Britain, people. England can't cope with the heat either. We build buildings like, poof, aircon, what's that? Sounds unnecessary. And then we get a heat wave and we're like, well, poo, now we're all dying. Yeah. Or the funny one where all of the tarmac started melting on the roads. And we're like, oh my god, what's happening? You know, people's... Is it, I don't think it was last year. I think it might have been a couple of years before that, where cars in London just started melting or something, catching fire, because the light was bouncing off of the gherkin, and it was so like highly concentrated, like, you know, like when you stick a magnifying glass in a sun ray, and it was acting essentially like a magnifying glass and just setting all the things nearby on fire, which sounds absolutely hysterical, but obviously very dangerous. Well, it's just like they don't take any sensible things into account. Last time I got on the bus, there was this real weirdo sitting on the bus next to me, and then I realised it was my reflection in the window. Oh dear. Oh no. Yes, it's strangely enough, I've had that happen as well. I said hello to them. They were they just yeah, the gherkin was burning Londoners like they were ants. I think it really was a Mother Nature smiting down the people. I'll take a heat wave right now. Yeah, I wouldn't complain. It was -5 when I got up yesterday morning. And I'll be honest, I'm pretty sure it was about -3 in my room. because oh dear, I'm not quite sure what happened with him. My room's actually like in the loft of the house. It's like the furthest one up, and I know that they say heat travels, but it doesn't, because there's gaps in all of the beams and stuff. So my room is the coldest, and I swear it must have been at least like -2 or 3. I was like, oh, I want to get up, it's so cold. Wasn't there a story about a building, looks like a banana shaped mobile phone, that reflected the light and started melting things? I haven't heard of that one, but it would not surprise me. Remember when London buses were catching fire all over the place because TfL just copied a bus model from Europe, and where they had longer roads and far fewer sharp corners. Oh jeez. Oh, that does not surprise me. It's been 3 days since I last felt my toes. Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, Will. I think I may have caused a bit of damage to one of mine the other day, because I was so cold, my feet were completely numb, and I must have at some point smacked my toe into something, because it was only once I'd warmed up a little that it really started throbbing, and then I realised that it was like massively swollen. And because I hadn't felt it at the time, so I didn't actually notice. Perhaps some sort of shoe is in order. I wonder what you could put on your feet to make them warm. It's colder at home than where I'm on holiday currently. Yeah, I can imagine that, because where you are, Sorrel, and I'm not going to say it on stream. Obviously, you know where you are, where you live in the world. But that, I'm right in thinking it's usually very cold, and if there's a storm, it's usually the worst place affected in the country. I'm pretty sure I remember a massive flood causing the some of the railways to be washed away not that long ago, if I recall. Cos Britain. Just looked it up. It was 2013. The walkie-talkie building was blamed for burning parked cars. Oh yeah, I think I did hear about that one. Oh yeah. That one didn't turn out too bad. So let's see if we can paint them, make them look nice. I was supposed to be finishing at 7, but I think I might just go till we've done these ones. Unless anyone has any massive objections to that. England is not prepared for any kind of weather that isn't completely average. Yeah. Do you sell at any craft fairs? So not currently. Last year we did do a show that was local to us, for the honey that we sell, and I also had some candles selling on the side, but that was the only one that we actually managed to get to, because craft fairs are usually a family thing, so obviously it's mostly when all the family's around, and travel depending. But I would like to be able to do some more craft fairs, and if I'm doing them on my own, I would consider like doing them slightly further afield. So there is a potential aspect to that, but that requires a lot of research on my part that I have kind of forgotten to do mostly, because I am terrible at doing research. But yeah, craft fairs are in the pipeline, I'd say. I am definitely planning to do some when I get the chance, which would be nice. But otherwise I do mostly just sell things online because it's easier, and although there's fees obviously, it's a lot more accessible really. But yeah, craft fairs are definitely something that I would like to do. Where I live it's generally really mild weather-wise. It won't snow unless it's really bad, but we will get battered by storms. 5 years ago, part of the main railway line got washed away and was shut for 3 months. And it nearly happened again last year. Yeah. I did hear about it because well, it is a lovely place to go to, but I do have friends around that way that were severely affected by the lack of railway as it sort of washed into the sea. But fingers crossed that won't happen again. Fees, they take your blood if you're not careful. Yeah, I sort of had to agree, first newborn and all that kind of stuff, but other than that, totally cool. Yeah, I suppose I should actually probably put these up as a listing at some point, because they're not on Etsy. I do find that every couple of weeks I will just completely abandon Etsy as a thing and not check it, because unless I get any emails telling me to go check it for any reason, I don't tend to. I was once on a train that had to stop because the tracks were warping due to the heat. It was an old-timey railway in Northern Wales, mind you. Yeesh! I was on one last year that was... It just had to stop on the railway because there was a massive fire. It wasn't particularly in the middle of a heat wave either. Actually, it was warm, but yeah, there was just a fire. I think someone had set a fire rather than it had something had caught fire. But yeah, it was delayed there for quite a while. We did get some wonderful person handing out bottles of water though, which was nice, because it was not a great time to be stuck on the train. I'd already been delayed twice on that same trip. Got a complimentary hot chocolate. Well, I mean that is silver lining. Ordered a new box of Sharpie pens in the January sales and went to collect them at Ryman today, but the box is much bigger than I thought. I'm not going to be able to sneak it into the house without my family realising I wasted more money on pets. Oh, Tash! That is so something I would do. I'd be like, what have you got there? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're imagining things. You're like, what the hell have you bought now? I'm like, I bought a pad. I'm so terrible. I hoard notepads. That's my thing. I've got a mass. I use notepads for everything. Rarely use one up. Always just full of nothing useful. But I would so do that with Sharpies as well. Yeah. Festening? Festening, that was the one, Will. I was trying to remember the name. Got some really good colour cream fudge from that. Ooh. Ooh, fudge. Fudge is amazing, Sorrel. I would agree. I remember now. I believe I said to you, Sorrel, didn't I, that the next time I had some money coming in that I would buy some more fudge. Well, I should have just that. So I think I shall treat myself to some fudge for my birthday. Oh no, can't take them out of the box and hide them in different pockets. That is a good idea. Bought 8-foot stormtrooper once. It was hard to sneak in. Oh my god, Will. It's like, and what is that? Oh, it's just my mate. It's my mate Dave. He's dressed like a stormtrooper. He's really great at, improv. He's just pretending to be a statue. Problem sorted. Yes, all stationery is awesome. Yes it is. There is nothing wrong with stationery. All stationery is necessary stationery. Even if you don't use it for another 5 years, it is still a necessary purchase. Especially Sharpies, because they last forever. Tash should head up to York and visit the Railway Museum. Ooh, Railway Museum. I want to go. I want to go to the Railway Museum. Oh, you really want to go too, but it's too far from where you live. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be quite a trip for you, Sorrel. He sat in our bath for about a week. We kept moving him about during the day. Yeah, I'm not sure how I would feel about sharing a bathroom with a stormtrooper, I'll be honest. Or I'd probably have to tap him on the head just to make sure that it was still the model. Nothing worse than going into brush your teeth in the morning or something, and then the stormtrooper just leaps out the bath at you. Well, these are not the toys you're looking for. I was once standing still at a stationery store. Oh dear. Oh dear. You and your puns. I do still have a 6 for David Tennant and a Matt Smith. Scale K9. Oh, wow. Now, the K9 sounds cute, but I'm not sure I would want the other two as scale, like proper size models. I think that would definitely freak me out. Wish I had the space or the money. I could cut you a deal. It's the postage that kills. I could imagine. Although, if I would love to see the face of someone if that got imported, and like the person that opens that package at customs and be like, why is there a person in this box? Just like seeing their face when they open that. It's just like a face staring back at them, and then they realise it's not actually real. And the Daleks. I would love a Dalek. The Daleks are so cute. I mean, I know that they go around killing everything, but I don't know. I think it's just the way they're so shoddily built. They just look amazing. There we go. I think I've spent like generally 10 minutes trying to make those look nice. Ah, those are such awesome wings. Such awesome wings, oh joy. Ooh, that was an odd noise to hear on my phone. Oh, I've just stuck my finger in the paint. Ooh. Okay. I would, but I really don't have the space still clearing out stuff as it is. Yeah, that's pretty much me. Like, if you could see behind this curtain, you would see how much of a mess it is in here. Like, my room at the back is just full of boxes, and then like the entire landing is filled up with other boxes of my shit, clothes and various things that I physically have no space for. So I sort of had to pack everything up. So I am mostly living out of boxes. I have too much shit. I still don't live up to my name well enough. Is it more of a toys gathering than a toys clearance at the moment, Will? Yeah, I have the exact same problem. Actually, Will, I've just had a thought, and I will ask you this because it might be something that you can help me on. So a while ago, a colleague of my sister's was getting rid of some like old porcelain dolls. So some of them look like they could be older style models. Some of them look like they could be newer. And as a toy clearance man, such as yourself, do you know of anywhere I could find out what they are and if they're worth anything? Because one of them does have a little certificate with her that says that she's genuine, but it doesn't really say anything else. Like, I think it has her name on it, but I'm not actually sure what she is, to know if that would actually be worth anything. Because my sister gave them to me and she was like, oh, you can have these, by the way. And I was like, thank you. But there's like nearly 20 dolls here and I don't want that many. I wanted like a couple. And I'll be honest, I didn't really have the space for them at the time anyway. So I do have a few that I'm trying to get rid of, but I don't want to be one of those people that, you know, gives away like hundreds of pounds worth of doll for like £5. You know, like you see on Antiques Roadshow when they bring in these things, again, like, oh, it's only worth a couple of quid. But at the same time, I also don't want them to be sitting around because I've not got rid of them yet. But if that is something that you may have knowledge on, being that technically they are toys, that would be great help, because they are currently taking up a lot of space that I do not have. Age is everything. They should have pressed marks in the porcelain somewhere to give you the maker. Then research the maker on Google. I'll tell you now, some are worth thousands, but many are dirt cheap. Yeah, they also freak me out. Yeah, well, some of them are cute, and others. I think I was actually talking to Jacob about this the other day. We were having a really weird conversation about various eBay things. But some of them do look like they would murder you in your sleep, and I don't like them hanging around the house because they are like right outside my room, and I kind of get that impression that, you know, it does feel sometimes like my life is a bit of a horror movie, and I am waiting to well, let's just say I've watched Chucky, and that gave me a whole new perspective of dolls. Some of them, I've seen black ones from late 1800s go for a lot of money. Yeah, I don't think any of them are that fancy. Yes, Chucky-esque. Some of them do look like the newer, you know, sort of bog standard kind of 20 quid out of the factory sort of a thing. But some of them also do look like they have like older faces, I guess, if that makes sense. Like kind of almost more like the ones that you would see on Antiques Roadshow, but they do look quite new, so whether or not they are actually that old is another thing entirely. But I will have a look-see on them to see if they've got any markings, so thank you for that, because if they do, then that would help. Marks can be under the hair, on their back, on the soles of feet. Okay, so it makes sense that they would genuinely be hidden, because I guess that kind of blemishes them if you could see it. But yeah, I will when I wrap up the stream, I'll have a look, see if I can find any. Because I mean, at least for peace of mind, it would be nice to know that if I put them on eBay, that I'd be accurately pricing them, because I wouldn't want to rip anyone off. If it wasn't for people selling expensive shit too cheap, I'd be out of a hobby. that is also that is also a good point. Hey Brendan, how's it going? I hope you are well. Have you been up to much today? I swear it's taken me so long to do these darn wings. I don't know what it is. They're not even turning out that great. The paint is just not going on the brush today. Oh, and I messed it up. I got too angry at myself. That one was a bit wonky anyway. Oh, I've got this one left to do. That's fine. I think my paint might actually be drying. Try Red Bull, that gives you wings. Yeah, I should have just, thrown some Red Bull on them. That would have sorted it. I'm going to head off as I've got to finish packing. Bye. See you later, Sorrel. Good luck packing. I hope that you're still having a nice time where you are. We're trying to build a pyramid base for my chair. It's not going well. Oh. That does sound a little complicated, I'll be honest. I'm not too sure what a pyramid base is. Unless you literally just mean a triangular base for the chair. In which case, that does sound like it would be a bit fiddly. Why can I not get the lines on these straight today? What is happening? I'm being such a special case. It's a mess of angles. It's not straightforward. Oh. Yeah. That sounds like maths to me. Immediately no. Stream pressure. That could be it. That could be it, because I'm trying to make this obviously not boring, whereas I don't have that issue when I'm doing it by myself, because nobody watching. My country is a mess of angles. That's why they call it Angle Angle Land. There's always someone watching. Yes. As it turns out, the dolls. The dolls are always watching. It probably will. I wonder what that noise was. Let's just try and... True fact though, England's name was originally Angleland, as in land of angles, due to the odd shape of the island. Ah, I did not know that. But considering how weirdly shaped it is, that does not surprise me. I used to drive past a flat that had all those creepy dolls stood in the window. It was scary stuff. Oh no, I don't like it when people have those on display. It's like, no, I don't like that they're sitting there judging me. That or an excessive amount of garden gnomes either. Those put me off too. Yeah. Just anything with eyes, really. I think my sister may have made me watch too many horror movies where, inanimate objects came to life and murdered everybody. I think that's what it is. As I go past has full-size Elvis in the living room. They dress differently every week. Oh my god. That sounds like my worst nightmare. That sounds absolutely dreadful, I'll be honest. I would not want a full-size Elvis in my living room. Real or otherwise. It's the whole eyes don't move that freak me out. Yeah. Or worse, the kind of eyes that feel like they are moving when you move. The ones that just follow you around the room. It's really freaky. It was a really rough area. I reckon it was an attempt to scare the wrong ones. That could be it. That could be their genius way of keeping away bad people, because they would be too frightened to go anywhere near the dolls. Or when they do, yeah. Yeah, I find it creepy when the eyes move and when they don't move. More so when they do move, because obviously if they do move, then that usually means that they're awake. And I'll be honest, not happy about that. That's when bad things happen. It's an eye thing with you then. Yeah. That can be as much of the reason that I would buy something as it would be for why I wouldn't. I can't actually get him, and I will try and remember on the next stream. But eyes are the reason that I bought this cute little tiger toy. Bearing in mind I am a grown woman, I will admit it. But he had really cute sparkly eyes, and it's absolutely adorable. And it looked at me and I was like, yep, I'm buying that now. But similarly, if it has creepy eyes, I will not go near it. I'm not quite sure that is an I quote, Nightbot. Similar sounding, but no banana. Fully grown is no excuse not to buy toys. Well, that makes me better then. That makes me feel better. Alright. Yeah. I'm nearly 25. I should probably stop buying soft toys now. On the other hand, I like them. So why the heck not? I'm 44 and I still buy Lego. Yeah. I will show you one though. Here's that. Come here. Hiding away. Everybody, meet the cutest thing ever. Say hi, Totoro. He says hi. Oh. Oh, he just missed the paint. He says hi and he's going to hide now. That was my last purchase of a soft toy. I bought him at Res last year. He is adorable and he is fluffy. And he's got the kind of eyes that wouldn't murder you in your sleep. So I can trust him. Built some on stream yesterday. I really enjoyed it. Never too old. Ah, I'm sorry I missed that, Will. Hopefully I will be able to watch that back. It's so fluffy! He is so fluffy. It is adorable. Yeah. I saw, I went to EGX Res last year, and I think I was actually with Tash at the time. We were walking past one of the merchandise stalls, and there was, I'm nowhere to lie, a full wall, just an entire wall of Totoros. And I picked him up and I took him to the guy. I was like, I want this now, please. And Totoro has been with me ever since. And he stays on the chair when I'm not streaming, because it's the only place that he can actually sit, because he's too big to sit anywhere else. He's actually massive. A seat warmer. Yes he is. I watch a channel called Too Old to Grow Up, and it's an 80s nostalgia channel. That sounds amazing. Oops. Oh, it was going so well. Never mind. I'll just paint over that bit. No one will ever know. Ah, that sounds nice. Just a tiny spot there. Trying to make it look like the legs are actually attached. You could have gone better. I kind of painted over some of the yellow a little. But that's fine. I think it helps some of the black has also started to... There we go. I've taken so long with the rest of it, some of the black paint had started to melt, started to set rather, so it wasn't, it's gone a bit lumpy. How long have we been going? Oof. We've been going 2.5 hours. It actually takes paint melts. Sometimes. Sometimes it does. No, with this one it just set. Because I took so long to do it. There we go. They are slowly looking better. I think his legs are a bit low. I think his wings are actually a bit big. Okay. If it helps, I will finish these last 3 and then probably call it out, because I was supposed to stop at 7, but I'm enjoying this so much. It's really been nice just sort of hanging out with you guys and just chilling, really. Yeah. Oh. I made his head a little big. Yeah, there's not really much I could do about that now. Some of these have gone better. Oh no. I know that, Will. I know. But I get that, you know. I do appreciate the support, but I also have it in mind that people have their own things to get done. You know. I mean nothing by it. I do appreciate that you are here, sort of taking the time to be here and everything. It's really nice just sort of being able to chill with you guys, and as I've said before, you know, sort of just being able to chill and talk to you guys while I'm doing things I would be doing normally. I am very, very lucky to be able to do this. So I guess what I kind of mean is that I don't want to take that for granted. You know, I don't expect you guys to be here all day every day, kind of a thing. You know, I don't want to be the kind of person that's like sitting here waiting for, you know, going, notice me, people, notice me, or anything like that. Yeah, his head went a little weird, but they're starting to look slightly better now. Like now I'm coming to the end of them. Oh, don't smudge the paint on the ones you've already done. That's not a good idea. But yeah, just essentially, I don't want anyone to, you know, feel like they're not appreciated for the time that they spend here, or anything. Because you are very much appreciated, and obviously well, there would be no point in me doing this if you guys weren't so supportive. Ah, thank you, Will. And thank you, Augie. Yeah, they are looking better. Oh, his antennas have gone a bit Mickey Mouse ears, but you know, it's rustic, innit? It's got a bit of charm. And to be fair, I think these ones are purely to be given away. So without sounding like, you know, I'd be like, well, I'm not getting any money for these, so, you know, I don't care if they're crap or whatever. But I'm also not charging people for these. So if I make a mistake, it's like, well, at least you didn't pay like £5 for it. Because I'll be honest, I doubt my stuff is actually worth that much. Oh, thank you, Nogden. Thank you, Augie. That's really sweet. Okay. He's got a bit. Not that I wish to fat shame him, but he does kind of look like he could lose a bit of weight, doesn't he? He's got a bit pudgy on one side. Okay, so this is the last one. Fingers crossed. I saved hopefully the easiest one till last. And I say this is the easiest one primarily because it's smoother. Like, I don't know how I did this one, but somehow, I don't know whether you can see that. Yeah, you really can't see the detail. But like, somehow I've sanded this one to like a perfect smoothness. Oh, bugger. Nope, I've stuffed it now. Yeah, this one was just nice and smooth already. Whereas some of the other ones, actually most of the other ones, have a really rough surface to them because I didn't sand it properly when I made the things. So it can be rather difficult to paint on that kind of surface. Having said that, I think I might need to just mix the paint up again. Probably doesn't help too much that it's a bit colder in here, so the paint's probably setting quicker because it's not going on very smooth. Right, come on, we haven't got that much to finish. Paint some of the gaps out of it. There we go. That is the last one done. He's got a little bit wonky. Legs could have been better. His head went a bit funny. Oh, but yeah. That is them done. So we've got minus that one that just went completely wrong. Move that before that goes walkabouts onto the floor. Yeah, so that's 13 there. Oh, thanks guys. Thank you. Yeah, so we've not done too bad today. I think there was only 4 of those that we'd actually done previously. And I'm not entirely sure which ones it was. So, oh, that one. That one. That one. Yeah, it might have actually just been those 3. I think it might have been those 3. Yeah, so we've done all of those today. So yeah. content today. That's pretty good. In just under 3 hours. Yeah, so I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna see if we've got anyone that we can raid. Just wait for the page to load. Who can we raid today? I'll see you later, Will. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. I may have to go buy some new upgrades. Probably some more crafting supplies. So we might actually have more to do next time. Hopefully. Thank you so much, guys. I don't think there's really anyone on to raid for the moment, so I think I'll just call that it. So yeah, again, thank you so much for being here, for the donations, and just the general lurking and support. Hopefully I will be back tomorrow, either at 12 or at 5. I'm not sure which, but I will try and put out a tweet early as possible, depending on how things are going. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. So I will see you then. Good night, guys. Have a lovely evening, and I will probably see you all in another stream at some point. So yeah, thank you all so much. Good night.